Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tech Gamers World. In this video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the HORI Split Pad Pro full-size controller for the Nintendo Switch. I am super excited to check this out, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Let's do this. Okay, hello everyone and welcome back. So in this video, we're going to be unboxing and reviewing the HORI Split Pad Pro full-size controller for the Nintendo Switch. So let's get it started here. So this is the HORI Split Pad Pro, and it was designed by a third-party provider who was officially licensed by Nintendo to create Joy-Con replacements. So before we unbox this and get into it, let's talk a little bit about the Joy-Cons. So everybody's familiar with the Joy-Cons. They are on either side of the Nintendo Switch, and they are officially made by Nintendo. Unfortunately, the Joy-Cons suffered from a number of problems over the years since the initial release of the Nintendo Switch. They are just uncomfortable, they are made with really cheap plastics, and are prone to failures, most notably what's called Joy-Con drift. What that is where the directional pads here run into issues where they have you moving left all the time, right all the time, up, down all the time. That's because the internal mechanisms inside were poorly designed and fail, resulting in what's called Joy-Con drift, where basically, in layman's terms, you're moving on your own without doing anything, which causes problems for players, obviously. So, as luck would have it, various companies have popped up over the years to make replacements for the Joy-Cons. Most notably is the company HORI from Japan. They are really awesome. So let's go ahead here and get the Split Pad Pro full-size controller opened up. I'm going to go ahead here and slice open the tape, holding the box shut. Alright, so we've got the tape undone here. So this is the package for the HORI Split Pad Pro. It features your typical Nintendo designs because it is officially licensed by Nintendo. On the back here it says full-size controller experience in handheld mode, size for comfort and performance. Then we feature some graphics here showing the full-size shoulder buttons, a precision D-pad, and programmable rear triggers, which is pretty cool. And then it shows what is included here in various different languages. So we have the left controller, the right controller, and one instruction manual. On the bottom here, we've got your regulatory warnings that are required to be placed on all electronic devices, especially those that include batteries. So we have our recycling and disposal informations. It says here, must be connected to system, no vibration or motion controls. And then we have the front of the box with a pretty cool graphic showing the Nintendo Switch. Looks like a non-OLED version. And the left and right Split Pad Pro controllers. So let's go ahead here and open this up. And slide it open. So here we have pretty simplistic packaging. We have the instruction manual and the HORI D-Pad Pro controller. So the instruction manual actually is pretty big. A lot of information here, I'm sure. It looks like in various different languages. So we'll focus on the English one here. So as you can see, shows the Nintendo Switch platform, shows the controller left, right, and one instruction manual. And then it shows the layout of the HORI D-Pad Split Pad Pro controllers, which is pretty nice. So we've got the left button, the minus button, the left stick, the control pad, the capture button, the turbo buttons, and then the assign buttons. So that features a little bit different than the normal Joy-Cons. They don't feature any of those turbo buttons. And then on the back, the ZR, the release button, and the FR buttons, and the FL buttons. So it's got a pretty nice design there. And then obviously again, how to connect it. So it's showing you how to connect it to a Nintendo Switch. It's the same as your standard Joy-Cons. You're just going to slide them on. and then hold the release button on the back of the product when sliding to remove. I noticed the English is a little funky on some of the wording here, probably because it's translated from Japanese. So here we've got controls on how to use and assign the turbo functions. So the turbo function allows continuous rapid fire without having to hold the button. Pressing the assign button deactivates this. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to continually shoot or assign it to a button, it's showing you exactly how to do it here. And then you can change the turbo speed. So you can adjust the turbo mode to 3 different speeds. Use the left analog stick to adjust the controller button turbo speed, and use the right analog stick to adjust the control right button turbo speed. So pretty self-explanatory. When pressing the turbo button, push up on the analog sticks to change the turbo speed in the following order: 5 times a second, 10 times a second, or 20 times a second. When pressing the turbo button, push down on the analog sticks to change the turbo speed in the following order. So then it's reversed: 20 times a second, 10 times a second, 5 times a second. Turbo speed is set to 10 times a second by default. Analog sticks must be returned to the neutral position before changing to the next turbo speed. So then we have the assign mode. You can assign the controller L button function to the FL button, or assign the controller R button function to the FR button. So assignable button functions, telling you here what you can assign and how to do it. And it shows the approximate specifications of the device. So it's 65 millimeters wide, 110 millimeters high, and 28 millimeters deep. And the weight is approximately 80 grams. And on the back is just some regulatory information here. So we'll go ahead and fold up the instruction manuals here and get our first look at the HORI Split Pad Pro here. So it comes in your standard pre-molded plastic packaging, and we can go ahead here and pull them out. Go ahead here and set the plastic packaging aside. I always keep boxes for things in case I end up ever reselling them. So these things are incredibly light, actually, believe it or not, really light. We've got the left and the right. So they've got your traditional Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, I call them rails, design here. So the slide on, and then it's got the LED lights to show you the pairings and stuff like that. And we've got the FL button on the back, which is different than the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. We've got the shoulder buttons, the left ZL on the top here. Feels really nice, actually fits in my hand really well. So if we go ahead here and take off the left Joy-Con, we can see the size difference is considerable here. So what are some differences? Obviously, we've got the same exact button layouts here, except for the buttons here are replaced with a Nintendo era style directional pad. So up, down, left, right is the same thing as up, left, right, down arrows on the Joy-Cons. And there is a considerable weight difference here. So I'm curious to see how much the Joy-Cons compare in weight. So as luck would have it, I've got my trusty food scale here. So let's go ahead and turn it on. So the Nintendo Switch OEM Joy-Con weighs 1 pound, 1.7 ounces. Let's compare it to the HORI Split Pad Pro. This weighs 2.6 ounces. So there's maybe almost a 1 ounce difference, not even noticeable in daily use, of course. So let's go ahead here and put this back on. We'll move the scale to the side. So I really like these a lot. They are really lightweight, a lot lighter than I expected them to be, which is pretty nice. I thought they would add considerable amount of weight to the Nintendo Switch, but it doesn't look like it's actually going to. Got some nice red accents on the buttons and on the analog joysticks here, which complements the black very nicely. And we've got the brand HORI on the there. It's a little bright. So these things are really nice. We've got the assign and turbo buttons here. So let's go ahead and get to the part we've all been waiting for. Let's get them on the Nintendo Switch. So we're going to take away these junky Joy-Con ones and throw them in the trash. Not really. I'm going to keep them for normal use. So just to compare the sides here. So this is the left Joy-Con and the right HORI D-pad. So as you can see, basically the same exact Nintendo proprietary Joy-Con rail system here with the sync buttons and the arrows showing you which way to put them down. So let's go ahead now and connect these up. So there's the right, and let's put the left on. So that is really simple to do, and they work. Don't have to do anything. You just plug them in, and they work. Pretty cool. So one of the things I really like about these Joy-Cons, I call them Joy-Cons. I should really not be calling them that. I should call them split pads. They feature a stand. So let me turn this around here to show you what I mean. That's why I love these for stuff. So you've got your normal Nintendo Switch stand. And when you lay down the Nintendo Switch by default with the joypads, it kind of lays down flat. These prop it up higher to make it easier to pick up, and it provides ventilation in the back so that the system's not laying flat down on its back, which it mainly does with the normal Joy-Cons because of this piece. But this piece, as you can see, is just a little bit higher there when it's connected. So you've got this nice backing here to put this down on, so you can easily scoop it up. And the fit is just really nice and comfortable. It's more normal in your hands. So, you know, I love everything about the Nintendo Switch, but the Joy-Cons are just something that I could never get on board with. They're so small. I mean, I've got pretty big hands, as you can see. So I like something that fits a little better. This, to me, and I'll show you how easy it is just to slide them off, fits more naturally. It fits into the palm of my hand, has that same arcing curve that, you know, follows along the contours of your hand versus the straight down Nintendo Joy-Con design. It goes straight down. You can see the differences here between the two. So I really am digging this a lot. I think this is going to be awesome. And I am super excited to play it and start getting some hours associated with it in my games. Super Mario RPG is coming out for the Nintendo Switch this week, and that's going to be my next purchase. As you can see, this was the Legend of Zelda Joy-Con that came with the Switch for the Tears of the Kingdom edition. But since I've beaten that game, and I feel like I need something different, I decided to give these a try. I've been playing a lot in handheld mode. Mario Wonder was released, so I've been just not feeling the joy, and it's been a to-do list for a while to find role placement. And these definitely, like, it's it. They're super lightweight, and they look to be super great quality. Be nice not to have to worry about having Joy-Con drift or any of those problems that plague the Nintendo Switch OEM Joy-Cons. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If there's anything you would like to see regarding the HORI Split Pad Pro, please definitely drop a comment below, and I will do my best to help you out or get any questions answered. The link to this product is in the description for my video. And always, please click that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure you enable notifications. I'm going to have new and exciting content coming soon. Thanks a lot, everybody. I will see you around. Keep on gaming.